So let's talk about HIV/AIDS. AIDS is caused by HIV, which is also known as human immunodeficiency virus. It belongs to family Retroviridae, which is capable of reverse transcription. This thing is very important for your exams like reverse transcription. It belongs to genus Lentivirus. Let's talk about structure of HIV. HIV is made up of 4 parts, and these 4 parts are very important: outer envelope, inner core, genetic material and enzymes. So guys, GP120 and GP41, this belongs to external envelope, and the enzymes like protease, reverse transcriptase, they belongs to inner core. 2 strands of RNA, these are genetic material. So this is the structure of HIV. So as I told you before, outer envelope, it is made up of lipids having many knob-shaped glycoproteins molecules. There are 2 types of glycoproteins like GP120 and GP41. GP120 is surface glycoprotein and GP41 is transmembrane glycoprotein. Let's talk about inner core. Inner core is within envelope. There is a protein core made up of 2 coats. They are outer P17 matrix protein and inner P24 capsid protein. And P24 is antigenic. Genetic material. Within the protein core, there are 2 strands of RNA and enzymes. This is very important to remember for your exams. Like there are 3 enzymes. The first enzyme is reverse transcriptase. It is a main enzyme of HIV, and this enzyme converts RNA of HIV to DNA in human cells. So it is called reverse transcription. Since HIV contains reverse transcriptase, HIV is called retrovirus. Integrase. This is second enzyme and it helps in integration of viral genome into host DNA. Protease. This enzyme helps in breakdown of complex proteins formed within host cells. So there are 2 types of HIV, HIV-1 and HIV-2. So the more common we can see HIV-1 worldwide. HIV-1 is highly virulent and easily transmissible, and it is more common, and it is seen in India, America and Europe. And HIV-1 is further categorized into 4 groups like M, N, O, P. And about 90% of AIDS cases in the world are caused by HIV-1, and that is group M. Let's talk about HIV-2. It is less virulent compared to HIV-1 and less transmissible. It is seen in Africa. It is categorized into 8 groups from A to H. So you can see, quick revision, like HIV-1 is highly virulent and easily transmissible. It is more common and it is seen in India, America and Europe, and they have 4 groups like M and OP, and group M is more common and it is seen worldwide. And HIV-2 is less virulent and less transmissible. It is seen in Africa and it have 8 groups from A to H. So we'll talk about history of HIV, how it begins in humans. So it begins from African green monkey, and they contain simian immunodeficiency virus, which is similar to HIV. So it is believed that this monkey bite or scratch human beings, and because of this the virus spread to human through the wounds. This was the history of Africa. And this simian immunodeficiency virus get mutated, it forms HIV. So source of infection of HIV. There are large quantity and smaller quantity, and large quantity is important for your exams like blood, semen, preseminal fluid, vaginal fluid and CSF. And smaller quantity include tears, saliva, breast milk and urine of infected person. Modes of transmission of HIV. The more common is by intimate sexual contact. It is due to the semen or vaginal fluid of infected person. Also, the transmission occurs from blood or blood products during blood transfusion or during surgical procedures also. And the transmission is also occurred from infected mother to child, which is known as transplacental transmission. By intimate sexual contact. HIV is spread by sexual contact with infected person. Dendritic cells present in vaginal wall. These cells allows the entry of HIV into female body. During intercourse, when the semen is ejaculated, at that time these dendritic cells which are present in vaginal wall, these cells carries the infection or virus to female's body. So they are more important for your exams. Try to remember this. So the sexual contact could be homosexual, heterosexual, multiple sexual partners and oral or anal sex. So as we know guys, homosexual contact means sexual relationship between same sex. Heterosexual contact, sexual contact between opposite sex. The maximum cases of AIDS can be seen in multiple sexual partners. And about oral or anal sex. Anal sex, they have maximum cases because anal mucosa is very delicate. So during intercourse, this anal mucosa gets ruptured and there will be easily spread of infection. From infective blood, during blood transfusion, from infected instruments like needles, syringes, and also during surgery, acupuncture, tattooing, intravenous drug abuse. Shared infected razors and toothbrush can also spread infection. During procedures like organ transplantation and dialysis. From infected mother to child, which is known as transplacental transmission. Here also during delivery there is high risk of transmission of HIV. So mostly in HIV infected mother, C-section will be safer. This transmission is also known as vertical transmission. Most of the peoples have question that can mosquitoes spread HIV? So the answer is mosquitoes cannot spread HIV because HIV virus is destroyed in the alimentary canal of mosquitoes. So they are in inactivated form in alimentary canal of mosquitoes. And also you have to know this thing that you can't get HIV from kissing, hugging, sharing food, insect bites as we have talked before in mosquito bites and sneezes and cough. So let's talk about mechanism of action of HIV. HIV infects only those cells that have CD4 receptors. CD4 receptors are present on helper T lymphocytes in blood, alveolar macrophages in lungs and microglia in CNS, central nervous system, like in brains. And also in lymphoid cells, B and lymphoid cells of brain and testes. After getting into body of person, the virus enters into macrophages where RNA genome of virus replicates to form viral DNA with help of reverse transcriptase enzyme. This enzyme is important for your exam. Just try to remember. HIV enters into helper T lymphocytes replicates and produce progeny viruses. And this virus released in blood and it attacks other helper T lymphocytes, leading to a progressive decrease in number of helper T lymphocytes. So there are some symptoms of HIV like fever, diarrhea and weight loss. Due to the decrease in number of T lymphocytes, the person starts suffering from infection like mycobacterium, viruses, fungi and parasites, which is toxoplasma. The patient becomes so immunodeficient that he or she is unable to protect him or herself against this infection. Incubation period. Period between infection and appearance of the first symptom of disease is known as incubation period. So in HIV AIDS, the incubation period is 5 to 10 years. During this period, patient is HIV positive but doesn't suffer from AIDS. So AIDS is a last stage of disease. Clinical features. Symptoms that include fever, chills, aches, swollen lymph nodes or glands and itchy rash. Early symptomatic HIV infection, which is AIDS related complex, the major signs are weight loss, which is also known as slim disease or wasting syndrome. Also, the major symptom or sign is persistent diarrhea, more than 1 month. There are some minor signs like lymphadenopathy, swelling of lymph nodes, persistent cough, candidiasis like oropharyngeal infections, herpes zoster, which is also known as shingles, and night sweat. There will be excessive sweating during night time. Full-blown AIDS stage, in which helper T cells CD4 counts reduces below 200. Opportunistic infections are caused due to immunocompromised state, and the infections are mycobacterium, viruses, fungi and parasites. Parasites like toxoplasma. Cancers. There are two important cancers, Kaposi sarcoma and lymphoma. Kaposi sarcoma is a cancer of lining of blood vessels below skin, which is caused by HHV8. And lymphoma. Lymphoma is a cancer of lymph nodes. Dementia. It is a neurological problem which occurs in HIV infection. Dementia means loss of memory. HIV kills brain cells, resulting in memory loss, inability to think clearly and depression. And finally, death. Diagnosis. ELISA, which is also known as enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. This test is used to detect antibodies produced by human body against HIV. The principal enzyme used in ELISA is alkaline phosphate. It is important for your exam. Another test is Western blot test. It is confirmatory test for ELISA positive cases. PCR, which is known as polymerase chain reaction. PCR is used to detect viral genome and it is fastest test for HIV. Treatment for HIV. Drugs can only give temporary relief and prolong life. These drugs cannot destroy. Listen carefully. These drugs cannot destroy HIV but only stop or slow down its multiplication. Drugs like azithromycin, zidovudine, this is the most popular drug against HIV. Nevirapine, this drug is given with zidovudine, is normally advised by doctors. Also there are drugs of protease inhibitors. This protease inhibitor bind to enzyme protease and inhibit its action, and the drug is foscarnet. Integrase inhibitor. Integrase inhibitors binds to enzyme integrase and inhibits its action, and the drug is raltegravir. A combination of several antiretroviral drugs called HAART, HAART, means highly active antiretroviral therapy. And 1st December is declared as World AIDS Day.